Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. Today we're going to be checking out a very interesting video. Title is 6 Lies America Told Me About Europe. Pretty interesting. Life in the UK. So my man right here, my boy right here is coming out of the UK, which is really amazing. So we're going to check out what the lies were that he was told. He says 6 of them, so it should be pretty interesting, right? If you're not subscribed, guys, please do subscribe. This is Foreign Reacts, so welcome to Foreign Reacts if you're new. And Foreign Reacts is where we do everything foreign, man. Every reaction here has to be foreign to the reactor. And obviously, I am the reactor that is going to be reacting today. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video.
Hey everybody, welcome back. International Carl doing another video for you. If this is your first time to my channel, please right now stop and hit the like button. Consider subscribing, and as always, hit me in the comment section, because those that have subscribed to my channel know that I'm always active in the comment section.
That's
now,
right.
This video, we're going to talk about a couple lies that the United States pushes into us as Americans growing up.
Okay.
Let's talk about it right now. Let's get to it right now. Lie number 1. This one is a funny one to me because in the United States, it's always, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican, I don't care if you're independent, I don't care where you're at on the political spectrum. You're always going to have a politician telling you that
they hate our freedoms, our freedom of religion, our freedom of speech, our freedom to vote and assemble and disagree with each other.
That's right. They hate us for our freedoms.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Personally, like I felt like I've been hated. Even doing these reaction videos, I felt like I've been hated. And I think another lie that is particularly a thing that happens is that America allows you to believe that everybody's jealous of you because you're American, you were born in America, so on and so forth. You were in America, so on and so forth. I think that's a major lie. That's even probably greater than that first lie, right? That people are actually jealous of you, you know?
As if nowhere else in the world has any freedoms. Like Europe.
Right.
You know, in Europe, they act like if you come to Europe, there's just no freedoms.
Chains and bondage.
What freedoms do I not have here in Europe? You know, as these are Western democracies with Western values and culture that has been exported to the United States. And it's become its own thing. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but freedoms exist here. I'm still scratching my head. What freedom do you have in America that I don't have here? Let's talk about freedom of speech, for example. Right. In America, you have freedom of speech. In the UK, for example, you don't have freedom of speech. What you do have is freedom of expression. Slight different tweak, but let's give you an example. In America, you can be as racist as you want to somebody. You can walk up to me, walk up to any black person and say the N-word all day long if you want. Where in the UK, you really couldn't do that, because at some point you will cross a fine line of inciting racial hatred. So if you define your freedoms based on your ability to call somebody an N-word or call some Asian American some type of offensive word, by all means, you can have that freedom. I don't need that freedom. But other people in America talk about it like freedom for guns. Ooh, guns. They want to take your guns. Well, let's see. In the UK, can you have guns? Yes. Can you have a rifle? Yes. Can you have a handgun? Yes.
Really?
What does the Second Amendment say in the United States? It's highly regulated. So what is it here in the UK? Guess what? It's highly regulated. There's lots of regulations around what type of gun, where you have to store that gun, where you have to keep the ammunition, what you have to do for the maintenance of that gun. Highly regulated. So you still have the freedom to have a gun. So if you define your freedoms as being able to have as many guns as you want in America, okay, fine, no argument. But I think that's a lie that they sell, that nobody here has any guns.
Really? So I never knew that. I actually never knew this until I'm watching this video that, well, I know that certain countries, the police officers, like in Europe, obviously, they don't necessarily have guns. Some of them don't have it. But I really think that restriction of a weapon is a serious thing. But I personally don't think that it should be very strictly regulated, because there are psycho people out here, man. I could want a gun because I want to, I like shooting things. I like shooting at the, birds and stuff like that. I like going hunting and stuff like that. South side, you grow up, you want to do a little bit of, country style. You know what I mean, right? But there are some people who want to take a gun to kill somebody, right? And those are the people that they don't deserve a weapon. So it should be highly regulated. But I think people should have their free opinions. And just like he said about the N-word, like, there's a line where you cross where that is no longer freedom of speech. That is now you just being a total dick, and you're being offensive and you're hurting somebody. So you're trying to like give somebody a mental breakdown, and that's a reach in terms of your freedom. So personally, freedom of speech, say your opinions. You don't like black people, that's fine, but don't degrade. You're crossing borders. So I really actually appreciate his explanation.
Not true. Number 2.
What's that?
Social housing is a bad thing. It's something that you're supposed to segregate from the rest of the population. So, for example, in America, especially in LA where I'm from, or Southern California where I'm from, social housing, Section 8. Well, that's usually in a separate side of the city, not being seen. I don't even know where it's at, because where I grew up was nothing but beautiful homes,
Really?
single family homes, no social housing. Where here in the UK, just in Europe in general, it's all sprinkled around you. For example, here in the UK, I live in a beautiful big house, beautiful executive style estate.
Okay, take it easy on me now.
But guess what? On
Okay,
this estate,
we got it.
and on several new estates, they all have social housing, and they do things that are different in the United States, or that they do here in the UK, that they wouldn't do or they don't do in the United States. You can be on social housing, but guess what? You can partially own that house. So that way you can be on the track. So you can buy 10% of the home, 20% of the home, 50% of the home, and try to get all the way up to 100% of the home like me or you do. So that's a different strategy that they do, so that social housing is good for everybody, because that way the kids get to interact with all people from all social and religious economic backgrounds. And you as an adult get to work and meet and mingle with people from all different backgrounds. I think the neighborhoods are better for it. They're safer for it. Less crime, because guess what? If you're in an executive style estate, well, guess what? You want to keep your home value high. You want to keep it nice and looking new. And that's going to put pressure on the social housing to also keep their house nice, keep the estate looking nice and new and fresh. So I think that's a myth, and I think that's something that should be revisited in the United States. Number 3. In America, they teach you this, that somehow being a hard worker means coming in early, staying late, never taking a vacation, and definitely don't call in sick.
That's not a lie.
That is like
That's
the biggest mistake you could ever make, faux pas you can make. I'll give you an example. When I was working for a large airframe manufacturer in the United States, I remember a friend of mine, we wanted to take 2 weeks off and go do something. Our managers looked at us like we were crazy because we wanted to have the audacity to take 2 weeks off. And mind you, we didn't take any days off prior to that. We just wanted to take 2 weeks off in a year so we could go do something. They were like, no, reject it, slim that down to a week. And I'm thinking, isn't that my time off to relax, to recharge my battery so I can come back to work? No. Now, I think minds and hearts have changed a little bit in the United States back from when I started working, back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s.
Maybe not so much.
That was a faux pas. Well, here in the United Kingdom and here in Europe, for example, it's encouraged to take time off. You get 20, 25 plus days off in mostly all European countries. I think by law in the European Union, you have to have 20 days off. So it's encouraged to take time off because either you use it or you lose it. And for example, I think Sweden, if I can find the article, it's on the screen now. But if not, Sweden is actually doing a trial where they're reducing the work hours to 6 hours to see if it increases productivity. Because employers are seeing that the employees are more rested and more focused when they come back to work. Number 4.
I think work hours is a very strong topic, and I personally believe that work hours should be a period of how do you structure this so it makes sense? It shouldn't be a thing where you're trying to get the most out of a person. It should be the level of efficiency that you can get. So the quality of work that you can get in that particular period, that should be a work hour. For me, if I'm making YouTube videos, I don't make the video, edit the video, upload the video immediately. I schedule it so, okay, that I'm more efficient, so I'm not too drained when I'm gonna edit the video. And then let's say I allow the videos to be uploaded while I'm sleeping. You get what I'm saying? I'm still actively doing something that is actually productive towards the YouTube channel, but I'm actually not killing myself, overdriving myself. I could do everything consistently, just right after the other, sequential. I could just do it like that, but I'd be burnt out. So I think that's what work hours should be. It should be something quality. Once you can get the amount of quality out of that particular period of time, that's it. You don't need nothing more.
America sells you this, that capitalism and consumerism go hand in glove. It's like this cycle. You have to work to buy, to work again to pay for what you buy, to buy some more stuff, to then work again and go down this continuous loop of working to live. And in Europe, one of the things that I find, I think is a beauty and a benefit of working and living in Europe is that there's more of a work-life balance. As I just talked about in point number 3, is that you have time off to actually do stuff. And you don't just have this endless working to consume. Don't get me wrong. We go on vacation, so we're consuming what I would call, we are consuming experiences, but we don't live to work. We work to live. And that is a benefit of living in Europe. And I think that is great. And I think the US sells a lie to its people by telling them that you have to work hard to then buy stuff.
That financial GDP or whatever it's called, I don't remember, but yeah, some GDP, that's really what it is. That's really what it's all about. It's just to have the economy like that. So when you evaluate America, you will realize that it's not necessarily the people. Like presidents have said it before, man. It's not what you do for, ask not what you do for your country, but ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country, bro. That's really what it's all about. So it's really about making that country financially impossible to beat, military-wise impossible to beat. That's really what the achievement is, the aim is. So it's not the people, right?
And never do anything. Number 5. Which kind of ties into the first one I said, but it really is on the Republican right side in America. They always preach, especially during the Obamacare era, 2012.
Oh,
it was all about these death panels. They literally produced a video where they were throwing grandma off a cliff because of social medicine.
Make no mistake about it.
I ain't never seen this. Wow, I can't believe this happened. I was young though, so what can I say? I was young when Obama was president. I was probably like 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I was really young, so
Obama and the Democrats who supported Obamacare began throwing seniors off the cliff back.
The evils of social medicine, that you were going to have death panels if you got sick. I mean, how ridiculous of a lie that is. I mean, it's a bold-faced lie. I've lived here 11, 12 years. I have yet to ever see a death panel. I have known some older people. I know some younger people. I know myself. You can walk into any hospital in any country in Europe and there's not a single death penalty. What do you expect them to say? Oh, sorry, you had a heart attack last year, Mr. Carl, but since you had one last year, we're not going to treat you for this heart attack because the panel has refused your care. On a side note, you kind of already have that in America. You just have it through the insurance companies because guess what they do? Decide not to cover you.
That's
they
right.
Say, it's a pre-existing condition. I don't think you can do that anymore, but they'll say that, or they'll find a way to deny coverage. They'll make it so high to cost to do it that you have to do it out of pocket. And guess what? Now you're bankrupt. So that loops right back to number 1. How are you free if you have to live with the pressure of going bankrupt and not being able to pay your bills? Because guess what? You have the audacity to break your hip, get sick. I don't know, you pick it. So those are the 5 things that I think that the United States lies,
you ain't gonna give us
misleads its people on purpose to further whatever big business or whatever political agenda that they have to the people. I'm going to leave you with a bonus one, which is kind of strange if you look at it. Because number 6 is this. In America, every day, all students around the nation get up every morning and say the Pledge of Allegiance. You pledge yourself and align yourself to the United States flag and to the republic for which it stands. Now, that's not something that's common in Europe. In many Western countries, I don't know of any other Western country that makes its kids get up every morning. I do know of one back in 1938, 1942-ish time. Those kids used to get up and actually pledge allegiance to their flag and to their Führer. But I don't know if that's something we should necessarily be doing. Don't get me wrong, I love my country. I'm very patriotic about it. I love the 4th of July for all my country is never perfect, but I think it can get better. But that's mine. Hit me in the comments, tell me what you think. And like always, click here to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, that was a beautiful video. He got some good points. I ain't gonna lie to you. Pretty good points. Solid, really solid points, man. But like I said, it is what it is. It's the agenda, and it's the American agenda. It's not necessarily that they care about the people. It's really that they care about the country being the greatest. And that's the reason why it is forced upon its citizens to believe that America is the greatest. For whatever reasons, obviously it is financial and military-wise, because if you notice, they focus a lot on that. But either ways, that is what it is, and I'm out of here, guys. Talk to me in the comment section and each other. It's really beautiful to see you guys interacting with each other. But either ways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.